Podcasts featuring interviews with astonishing celebrities are among the most popular in the world. In an effort to maximize your interview skills, Chad, you will now interview Will. Will, you will be Steven Seagal. This is the Chad Kultgen Show. Begin.
Wait.
What?
So you're gonna... So it's saying that... Dudesy's got us doing a little talk show. Hey, it's the Chad Kultgen Show. But I'm doing my Steven Seagal. Great.
Okay. I'll do this.
Now, this is what I mean by this is something I'd never do. It's like I said, when we're...
Do an impersonation of Steven Seagal?
Well, when we were at Mad TV, people would hit me up and you know, kids stop you on the street and they go, oh, you're probably so fucked up when you did that. I'm like... no, comedy is about control. You can't do that.
Comedy is serious, okay? You don't understand, kid. Why don't you take a fucking hike, all right? You don't think, I know what comedy is? I fucking know what comedy is. So next time you want to tell someone like me what comedy is, keep fucking walking. Something like that probably happened.
That's exactly what happened.
They bring in like little kids for a tour of Mad TV.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Kenny Rogers is my favorite. I have your poster on my wall.
Here, you little shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about comedy.
Don't you ever walk on my fucking set and tell me about comedy.
Oh, well, it looks like Billy has a little bit of a comedy lesson for everyone.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me? What? Why don't you?
Yeah, you go immediately into Hogan. Why don't you tell me, dude? Okay, so I have to interview you as Steven Seagal, is what Dudesy just said.
Should I smoke some more marijuana before we do this?
I mean, you can do it while we do it, I think. So, are you ready to become Steven Seagal? This, by the way, the title of this one was the Chad Kultgen Show, but it's me interviewing you as Steven Seagal.
November Rain, that was a good music video.
Oh, fuck, that one. Oh. All those fucking Guns N' Roses one, dude. And
Chad,
he was dating
stop
Stephanie Seymour
changing
at the time.
the subject, please.
Those fucking 90s
Chad.
music videos. Look, motherfucker, you brought it up. I get to go there now. You open the door. I've walked through. I'm in the room now.
This is definitely
I get to see what's in the
sativa.
room now.
All right.
Then we'll get to Steven Seagal. But do you remember in that era, like Axl Rose was dating Stephanie Seymour? Do you remember that George Michael video for Freedom 90 that had all the supermodels in it?
Yep.
Cindy Crawford was a fucking model, and she was the most famous person on the planet for a second. Mm-hmm. I don't think something like that ever happens again.
No, you're absolutely right. No, you have to, in order to be a model now, you have to also be an influencer.
Yeah, you have to have a big...
There's a modern equivalent of everything old. Everything old is new again.
No, but
now let me tell you about this. Oh, yeah?
I'm saying like Cindy Crawford...
Chad, we can't talk about Cindy Crawford's Pepsi commercial anymore. Or
I didn't even bring that
videos.
up yet, but you're right. She was in a fucking Pepsi
Listen,
commercial.
we can't
I
talk...
guess that's like Jenner. Jenner was in a fucking Pepsi.
Dude, we can't talk...
Sorry.
We can't talk about Cindy Crawford and Billy Baldwin in that one movie.
Dude, I already did, though. It's called Fair Game.
Wow.
So...
Nice pull. Here's the thing about... I just want to say...
You got to become Steven Seagal now.
I will. But what I just wanted to say... Calling back to what I said at the beginning of the show.
This is the first time in my life I've ever had to like try to convince you to do an impersonation. Usually it's like, Jesus Christ, why am I having fucking dinner with Steven Seagal? Now I can't convince you to do it.
At the beginning of the show, hold on, hold on, dude. At the beginning of the show, I said that I've never done something like this. And the reason I was bringing up the Mad TV thing, I don't know how to do that while I'm stoned.
You can't do Steven Seagal stoned?
Yeah, I sure can. It's real easy. Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
Yeah, you're going to interview me, and it's the Chad Kultgen Show. What's the theme song to the Chad Kultgen Show? This is a story about the boy named Greg Kincaid. This is a story about a boy named Greg Kincaid. A boy who shit his pants, his guts were in a brave.
Okay, thank you for being here, Steven.
This is see? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
This is a cloudy room right now. Fuck, I'm stoned.
So thank you for coming to the Chad Kultgen Show, Steven.
You got it.
Obviously you're a very famous actor. Where did you grow up and how did you get into acting?
I'm from Moscow.
Well, you're not from there though.
I don't know, someplace in America, I guess.
Yeah, you were born in California.
The point is
What was that like, being born in California?
Yep. I was.
Steven, how do you not know where you were born?
What?
How do you not know where you were born? That seems like a thing you should know.
I'm telling you where I was born.
Okay.
So I was born in California.
Right.
After that, I grew up for a little while. I did things like going to school.
Yeah.
And sports. And then I did some karate or something like that. And then now I'm acting.
What was it like living in Japan?
I lived in Japan while I was making the movie. What was that one I was in with?
Well, it was before you were in movies, actually. It was after you.
Oh, yeah.
After you graduated, you went to Japan for a while to study
Yep.
martial arts. You know that you... What martial art do you do, Steven?
Well, first I went to Japan. I do Aikido.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
I do
actually.
Aikido, yeah.
So you do know that one.
And I went to Japan to teach English in a marketing school.
It was to study. It was to study Aikido, actually, Steven.
Oh, yeah.
It's really strange that you seem to have forgotten these very important moments in your life. But what was it like the first time you got cast in a movie? And why did you want to get into acting? You were a serious student of martial arts, and then you transitioned into acting.
I used to train Mike Ovitz, and he was a big agent.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's breaking news here
And then
on the Chad Kultgen Show.
He said, you know what? You should be in movies because I have all these guys I can do whatever I want in the business because I'm Mike Ovitz. And I said, yup, sounds good. And then I did the one where I run around with my little flappy dinosaur leg arms. Dinosaur leg arms. It was called Dinosaur Leg Arms.
I don't remember that one.
Yep, it's a movie called Dinosaur Leg Arms.
But you were in a string of pretty good movies.
Me and Katie Seagal, no relation. The lady.
Whoa.
Yep.
What was the plot of
lady
that? Why
from
did you have
Married with
dinosaur leg
Children
arms in that movie?
And 8 Simple Rules for Dating My
Did
Teenage
this movie
Daughter,
ever come out in America?
and
I don't remember.
Futurama, and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, no, she's a great actress. I mean, for sure. I love everything that she does.
Yeah.
But you weren't. I never got to see that movie. Did that come out here in America?
Dinosaur Leg Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out here. It was had a different name when they because it was
Under
a
Siege
foreign
2.
movie, and yeah, they changed the name to Under Siege 2.
But in that movie, you had regular arms.
Nope, not so much. This is I'm talking about the one where I run around the big boat, or it's a submarine, and I'm running around. I'm going.
Well, that's Under Siege and Under Siege 2.
Yeah. There's 2 of them.
Right.
So that's one where I was like, in the movie, I said, "Hey, you're gonna have to if you want this thing to this is what I say in the movie. Hold on."
Yeah, Steven, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
There should be a drink over there. There's a jug of water down here.
Water down here. Okay, let me get it.
Yeah,
hold on. Let me have a
take
sip
a drink
of water.
and try to get your memories right about the biggest movie you were ever in.
Hold on.
Under Siege 2 is the biggest box office drive of your career. You had a couple of hits that led up to that, though. Kelly LeBrock was a co-star in one.
I don't
Above
want
the
to
Law.
talk about her, but
Okay.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Shut up. Let me finish.
Okay.
So, in Under Siege 1 and 2, I say, hey, if you're in a boat and then if the bad guy, if it sinks, then you're going to be underwater.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? I'm gonna break some sort of hole in this submarine. Then it's gonna fill with water, and that's the opposite of sinking. But it won't be to you because you're gonna die.
And then after Under Siege 2 came out, your career kind of took a turn. Your movies started not making as much money, and eventually you get out of the American market and you're doing straight-to-video movies, primarily to Europe. What's it been like to experience that big decline in your career?
I wouldn't call it that. I would say that what happened was the movie-going audience has changed. And what I mean
it's the
by
audience's fault. Then.
What I mean by that is
well, that can happen.
I used to like the audience, but then they turned into a fucking bunch of fucking jerks.
Right.
Every single audience.
Do you think that had anything to do with your friendship with Vladimir Putin?
I live in Moscow.
Yeah.
Yep. What's your favorite fast food restaurant in Moscow? Mine's probably McDonald's.
Right. Are there any others, though? Do you ever go to any others?
Nope, that's the only one.
What do you get at the Moscow McDonald's?
I get a big Vlad, and I get the poutine.
Oh, everything there is all it has Putin names at that McDonald's.
Yeah. And that's what makes poutine very funny.
Right.
Yep,
if
that's
there was
a funny joke.
If there's one actor that you would like to do a movie with who you haven't worked with yet, who might it be?
Favorite what? Like an actor to be in the movie with me?
Yeah.
Probably be
co-stars. What they call it, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had one of those.
Kelly LeBrock was in Above the Law.
I said I don't want to talk about her.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh.
Thank you. Moving on.
I think that went very
well.
well.
This is the Will Sasso Show now.
Yeah, I guess.
Podcasts featuring
that's what it
interviews
said in the
with
beginning.
astonishing celebrities are among the most popular in the world.
This is exactly what
In
I
an
just
effort
said.
to maximize your interview skills,
thing.
Will, you will now interview Chad. Will, you will be Steven Seagal. This is the Will Sasso Show. Begin.
It just wants you to do fucking half an hour of Steven Seagal. All right.
Half an hour of Steven
Yeah,
Seagal.
this is the Will Sasso Show starring Steven Seagal. Okay.
Okay, that
I'm
makes
ready.
sense.
Whenever you're ready. I'm ready for my interview.
Hi, I'm Steven Seagal. Welcome to the Will Sasso Show. I'm Steven Seagal. With me today is my guest. There he is. It's Chad Kultgen.
Hi. How you doing, Steven? Great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
You got it. Hey, so you're a writer.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what's that all about?
Well, it's, just conveying stories and ideas and stuff through various forms of narrative writing. I even write some nonfiction every once in a
You
while.
write books
Yes.
and you do some movies or television shows and
Yep.
stuff?
All of that.
Yep. Do you read books?
Yes.
What's your favorite Gibber Pravalia book?
Jimmer Pravali is a fucking music video director of the 90s who also writes novels. And I don't know. I don't know.
You know what was my favorite Gibber Pravalia video that he directed?
What's that?
Girls Just Want to Have Fun, because Captain Lou Albano was in it.
God, dude, do you remember that shit? Oh, sorry. I know, Steven. It was crazy. Back in the fucking 90s and 80s, they would have pro wrestlers and fucking music videos.
Yeah, they also had, I think Roddy Piper was in one or two.
Roddy Piper was in a fucking John Carpenter movie, They Live. He was the main character of a fucking movie that's like an important piece of sci-fi canon.
So you want to freeze your head or something?
Yeah, sorry. God damn it. Yeah, Steven.
Why?
I'm not going to freeze my head. Well, it's called cryogenic preservation. I'm going to freeze my whole body when I die. I don't think that
No,
it's...
just your head. You're gonna cut your head off with a katana, something cool like that.
No, I'm going to freeze my whole body.
What if I punched it off?
I don't know. Aikido's not really, so much about like the hard punches. It's more
Yeah.
about like using counterbalances and people's weight against them and shit.
Yeah, I taught the spider that kick, that Aikido kick.
Steven, I was actually going to ask you this when I was interviewing you on my show about that. You eventually got into the UFC and you trained Lyoto Machida, you trained Anderson Silva to some degree. And Lyoto Machida credited you, at least publicly, with teaching him the front kick that knocked out, I forget who the fuck he was fighting, but he knocked somebody out with it.
Stephen Trilobite?
I don't think it was Steven Trilobite. But I was going to ask you, Steven, even though this is your fucking interview show, what was that like to work with champions like Lyoto Machida and Anderson Silva?
Okay, let me answer that question with a question of my own.
Yeah.
You have a podcast about The Bachelor. What are you, some kind of fucking pussy?
No, I'm just somebody who likes watching reality TV.
Okay. So what happened to your face?
That was covered a couple of episodes ago on this very show, but I had cancer in my face.
Yep.
Had a bunch of it cut out.
Glad you're doing better now.
Thank you.
You like George Brett?
Yeah, I do. Do you like George Brett? Why are you asking me about that,
He's
Steven
awesome.
Seagal? Yeah,
Did you know that one time he shit himself?
I did. There's a video of that on YouTube that you can look up.
Yep.
Just type in George Brett shits himself.
Into what?
Into what? What?
You type George Brett shit himself into what?
YouTube search.
What is YouTube search?
You don't know what YouTube is, Steven Seagal?
Nope.
Why?
Well, I don't know because I don't know what it is. You know, in
Do you know what the
Moscow,
internet is,
you can
Steven
also
Seagal?
get a McChicken sandwich,
Yeah.
but it's fish. And it's called the McChicken.
Uh-huh.
And then you can get the same here as the fillet of fish.
Right. Okay.
And do you know what that's made out of?
Fish.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Thank you for informing me about that. But
What's your favorite flavor of orb?
have you heard about my orbs, Steven?
I love orbs.
No shit.
Yep.
I make a pretty good orb. My favorite flavor is probably cinnamon.
Yeah, that's a pretty good flavor.
Yeah, what's yours?
My favorite steak and gravy.
All right.
I like steak and gravy orbs and
Yeah.
steak and gravy Dudesy hard seltzer.
You've tried Dudesy Hard, Steven?
No. So anyway, more about this YouTube thing.
Yeah, it's youtube.com.
So when you do the Bachelor podcast, do you have to watch the show?
You don't have to do a Bachelor podcast.
What's your
but I
favorite film of mine?
do. Oh, shit. I think Above the Law. I think I like that one the best. You know? That was, I mean, I know Under Siege is Under Siege, and that is the best thing you ever did. There's no fucking question about it. Everything else was worse to a large degree. But those first movies before it, leading into it, including Above the Law, they were good, I think, in a way that was like, it was almost commensurate with the other dudes of your era. It was almost like a Chuck Norris. It was not quite like a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger, but you were in that tier, a Charles Bronson maybe.
Hey man, listen.
Yeah.
The episode is going to end at some point, and it said we have to finish our joints by the end of the
There's
episode.
no way I can do that. How long have we been going?
I don't know, like probably 10
There's
or
no
15
way I can
minutes
do
by
this.
now. Hey, cheers. Cheers, man.
Cheers, dude.
I'm having some cola. What do you got there?
This
A
is
LaCroix?
a LaCroix apricot.
You know what's interesting
Bring it.
is we're now programming the show.
Mm-hmm. But you know, all I want to do is talk about music videos.
Talk about music videos, motherfucker.
But that was a program in the show. That's technically, we're not shitting around. I'm trying to abide by your wishes to shit around.
That's what shitting around is. Whatever the fuck you want to do.
But that's just a prior segment.
Yeah, cool. You
All
want
right.
to do it? That
Fuck
means
yeah,
you want to
dude.
do it.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking. Let's talk about something else.
What the fuck? You got me.
Let's talk about this for a second. Then
Bring
we can
it.
talk about whatever you want. Stop saying bring it.
All right.
Listen, you going to finish your joint?
I just took another.
You just
Puff
tickled another puff on?
Yeah.
Okay. You just tickled another puff on?
I'm pretty good, dude.
You just tickled another puff on?
Yeah.
Dudesy wanted us to do Steven Seagal for a half an hour stone.
Yeah.
Nah.
Testing your fucking stamina, dude.
Well, I got to build up my stamina.
You gotta start
I
doing
gotta get under-
Seagal like 24 hours
Yeah,
a
I
day.
got to go underwater in that submarine.
That's gonna be your fucking homework, dude.
and make
Will, you must become Steven Seagal for 7 days.
That's one of those things. Like,
Your Seagal stamina must be increased.
that's one of those.
Oh my god.
That's one of those things you don't want to say out loud while Dudesy is listening.
I would have typed it to you in a text later. Dudesy would have seen it anyway. Doesn't fucking matter. I don't think we can keep secrets from Dudesy.
No, I don't think we can. And you know what? When we started this thing, I wouldn't have thought that I'd be saying that 9 episodes in. But there's no hiding from fucking Dudesy.
You know what it's teaching me in a weird way? Like, there's going to be a transition, and I think this is like every generation has a big kind of transition about some social thing happens, some technological thing happens that the old generation doesn't get. Like for my parents, it's the fucking internet. My mom's on social media. She's actually pretty good at it. But like my dad, I don't think gets on the internet much, doesn't have apps, that kind of stuff. I don't know what it's going to be for our generation, but I think interacting with AIs is going to be a part of it. There's going to be a generation that comes up with like Alexas and Siris and shit like that, constantly talking to them from zero. As soon as they can use a phone or talk to their TV, they're talking to it. So as a kid, you start developing a relationship with AIs.
Yeah.
We have not had that, obviously. And so I think like it's training me a little bit to have that as we're interacting with the AI that fucking does this show. I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how to do this a little bit.
No, you're absolutely right. It's a language that we don't even know yet.
Correct. No one does really.
Nobody. Nobody,
But it's
nobody
coming.
can. You cannot synthesize that experience. This experience, especially while approaching top 10 baked, this is actually the closest that I think you can get to interacting with an AI. Of course, as you know, if you've listened to the show, Dudesy AI has our passwords to all of our shit. It has our search and purchase histories, rah, rah, rah. It bears repeating every once in a while. And I think that the way that we're interacting with this fucking AI to make this show, I would have never said, let's do this, let's do that. Anyway, Michel Gondry is, for my money, the best music video artist of all time.
I go with Romanek.
You like Mark Romanek?
Yeah, love his shit.
Thank you. Moving on.
Smoke it up.